Hello, I'm Rob, a Washington, D.C. tour guide. It's October 1st, 2025, and the federal government is shut down. If you're here in D.C. or planning to come soon, this is disruptive. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but I want to use this video to give you an update about what's currently open, what's closed, and what's open that will soon be closing if this shutdown doesn't end. I've got my notes here, so let's run through it. First, museums. The Smithsonian is currently open, and they have enough past year funding to stay open through October the 6th. The same goes for the National Zoo, which is part of the Smithsonian. The National Gallery of Art, which is a free museum on the National Mall, but is not part of the Smithsonian, also has enough prior year funding to stay open through October the 4th. If the shutdown has not ended by the 4th or the 6th respectively, then these museums will close. The Capitol Visitor Center is closed, and Capitol tours are canceled. The Library of Congress is closed. The U.S. Botanic Garden is closed, and the National Archives is closed. Ford's Theater, the historic site, is closed during the day, but the plays that are scheduled for the evenings will go on. Ford's Theater is currently showing American 5, which I have heard very good reviews about. Private museums that are not associated with the government are mostly open. This includes the Spy Museum, National Museum of Women in the Arts, and Planet Word, among others. Same goes for the Folger Shakespeare Library, a private library. It's open. Mount Vernon, George Washington's home, is a private historical site not associated with the federal government and thus is open. At Arlington Cemetery, the grounds are open, but Arlington House is closed. The national monuments and memorials here on the National Mall are mostly open. I just did a loop around and had no trouble seeing the Lincoln Memorial, going up close to the Jefferson Memorial, or seeing any of the other outdoor monuments. That said, the Washington Monument is closed. You cannot go inside or go up to the top. I also noticed as I was going around that the park stores are closed, but the restrooms are open. That said, during the last shutdown, restrooms were closed. So if you're planning to come out here, I would prepare to not have restroom access and be pleasantly surprised if you do. The old post office tower is closed, as are most of the indoor sites run by the National Park Service. Metro is open, and Metro Bus is also running. So transportation-wise, you won't have any trouble getting around. Now, with all of this said, the big question is, how long is this going to last? And I wish I had an answer for you, but I simply do not. All I can say is that historically, these have lasted from a few days to weeks. The last time we had a disruptive federal government shutdown was 7 years ago, and it lasted 35 days. For updates on any given site, the best place to go is directly to the source. Don't rely on old social media posts, even videos like this one. If the shutdown continues, you want to go directly to the source for the best information. Good luck.